find yourself in this comfortable seated position, go ahead and close those eyes. As you close your eyes, take a full breath in through your nose. And as you exhale, release that breath side out. Couple more inhales here. So draw that belly breath in, let your chest expand, feel your heart opening up. And as you exhale, sigh that breath out. Another full breath in through your nose. And as you exhale, open mouth, sigh, that breath out. Go ahead and take your tongue, lick the lips, seal them to one another, and begin breathing in and out of your nose. If you can constrict the back of the throat, take the tip of your tongue, press it to the roof of the mouth, and constrict it. As you constrict the back of the throat, you're dragging your breath back and forth, creating this beautiful oceanic sound, or like you're fogging up a mirror. Let your arms rest anywhere they're comfortable. If you'd like to bring your index finger and the tip of your thumb together, this may feel comfortable for you. And if it doesn't, just let your fingers be free, or even let those palms rest comfortably in front of your abdomen, almost like you're holding a bowl. Shoulders release away from the ears as you draw that breath in through the nose. Shoulders stay down as you release that breath out of your nose. Take a moment here to tune into the sound of that breath, to step from the inside to the outside, scanning your body with love, noticing where you're at, the texture of your mat, the temperature of your room, where your mental, your emotional and physical state reside. And as always, only with love, no judgment. Do your best not to take a harsh tone with yourself, accepting and loving who you are, how you feel, just as is. If you need to peel the flesh from underneath the bottom to ground down through your sits bones, know that you absolutely can and should. And if at any point you need to take a cleansing breath in, take that big cleansing breath in. As you've scanned the body from the top of the head down to the tips of your toes, and then from the toes back up to the crown of your head, I encourage you to set an intention, a dedication, or practice with your personal affirmation. I always like to begin with the words, I am, and fill in that blank. Sometimes it's, I am love, I am present, I am grateful, I am strong. Let yourself find what phrase fits and suits your needs this morning. And do this so with a loving and compassionate heart. Whatever you've decided on, as you draw your next breath in, allow the belly to expand, allow your chest to be prideful. And as you exhale, stay tall and let that breath go. Either keeping your eyes closed or fluttering your eyes open on your next breath in, extend those arms out to the sides, then up to the sky. Allow the palms to kiss over your head, draw the navel in, and as you exhale, bring your hands into prayer and at your heart space. On your next inhale, you'll pull your shoulders up towards your ears, and you'll exhale, roll those shoulders away from your ears. Inhale once more, sweep those arms out and up. Palms will kiss, exhale, the hands will come into prayer and at our heart space. You'll do this once more, shoulders up as we breathe in, shoulders down as we let that breath go. Inhale, circle sweep your arms back up towards the sky. Palms kiss, exhale, hands into prayer and at your heart space. On your next inhale, pull those shoulders up, and as you exhale, roll those shoulders down. Inhale, sweep those arms out to the sides, then up to the sky. On that exhale, release your right hand to that right side. Gently begin to extend the left fingertips to the right edge of the room. Keep that left hip anchored into the mat. Slide or guide your left shoulder away from your ear and actively begin to extend your left fingertips towards that right edge. Breathe in through this left side of your body. Let that breath go completely. You've got 2 more here, shoulders away from the ears, chest is open, breath is fluid. 1 more inhale, and you'll exhale, let that breath go. On your next inhale, leave the right palm exactly where you have it, but inhale, extend and lift that left arm up. Take your gaze up towards that left hand. And as you exhale, take your left fingertips, tap that right side of the mat. Inhale on your breath to extend and open that left arm back up. Take your time as you exhale, bringing the hand back down towards that right side. Once more, inhale, extend and lift up towards the ceiling with your left fingertips. And then exhale, bring that left hand down towards that right side. Stay here as you breathe in. Stay here as you breathe out. And then inhale, fan your hands towards center and all the way over towards that left side of the room. Let that breath go. Place that left palm firmly into the mat and then inhale, extend that right arm up. As that right arm goes up, pull the shoulders away from the ears, extend and float the right fingertips towards that left side of the room. Unlocking the shoulder away from your ear, draw a breath in. Let that breath go. 2 more, breath in through the nose, gazes anywhere you'd like. Another inhale here. And that exhale here. Keep that left palm exactly where it's at. Inhale, that right arm extends up. Your gaze goes up towards your right thumb. And as you exhale, close that door. Bring that right hand towards the left side. Only on your inhale, and when you're ready, extend and sweep that right arm up. Exhale, tap the earth to the left side with the right hand. Once more, inhale, we lift it up. Exhale, we bring it back down. Stay here as you breathe in, maybe look forward, and then exhale, feel yourself bring the belly out. On your next inhale, slide those hands to center and back over towards that right side. As we come to that right side, inhale, that left arm reaches up. And as you exhale, pull this left elbow head towards your hip and inhale, that right arm flies up and over. Then inhale, the right arm and that left arm reach up, the gaze goes up, and then exhale, heads of the elbows pull down. Inhale, extend both the right and that left arm up, and as you exhale, right hand down, left hand down, walk your fingertips towards the top of your mat. Wiggle your hips slightly towards the back so that your shin bones have a little bit of space and so that your abdomen has space so you can bow down as far as your ability is today. Take a breath in, the shoulders pull back, the hips stay anchored, your back is slightly flat. And then as you exhale, you can release as low as you'd like. Take 2 more inhales here. Maybe you're looking towards your thumbs, perhaps you're looking directly in front of you or your eyes are closed. 1 more big giant breath in. Let that breath go. As you take your next breath in, press your palms into the earth, lift your heart up, slide your fingertips towards your shin bones, and you'll exhale, round your spine to cat it back. On that next breath in, bring your right shoulder and your heart to that top right corner, circle sweep it around to the left. Exhale, take it to that back left corner and around to the right. You're just gonna take these little soupy grinds round and round. You can take as many as you'd like. We will switch it out. So if you wanna take one final spin around the world, you can, or you can go ahead and switch it out. When you're ready, you'll exhale the spine towards the back, so cat it back. And then inhale, your heart goes towards that top left corner, around towards that right side. Your circles can be big, your circles can be small. So if you really don't want to dip the shoulder down, you can just create a small movement, like a small whirlpool within your abdomen, if that feels more soothing and comfortable for your body. 1 more spin around. And then you'll exhale, dome your spine to cat it back. On your next breath in, you'll rise up nice and tall, pulling the heads of the elbows back, taking your chin up towards the sky so that you can release or open up through the throat. So allowing that chakra of our throat to release and open. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Take 1 more breath here as you gaze up. And then as you exhale, neutralize your spine, take that gaze forward. On our next breath in, circle sweep those arms back up towards the sky. And as we exhale, release that left hand towards that left side. Extend the right fingertips as far over as your body permits. Take a full breath in here. Let that breath go. On your next inhale, reach and lift that right arm up. Exhale, tap that right hand towards that left side. Inhale, extend and open up like a giant fan. Exhale, tap it back down. Inhale, you lift up, bringing mobility to the shoulder. And then exhale, you tap it down. Stay here for a breath in. Stay here for a breath out. On your next inhale, slide your body around and over towards that right side. And then inhale, extend and lift that left arm up. Extend the left fingertips towards that right edge. Relax the shoulder away from the ear. On your next inhale, that left arm reaches up, and then we'll tap down with the left hand to the right side. Inhale, lift up. Feel the shoulders expand. Exhale, tap down. Inhale, lifting up, collarbone is wide. Exhale, maybe you dome your spine slightly. Last time, up and down. Stay here on the down, breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, spin your body around and over towards that left side, and then inhale, reach that right arm all the way up. As you exhale, pull the head of your right elbow towards your hip. Inhale, extend that left arm around and over. Look anywhere it feels right, shoulder away from the ear, then inhale, both right and left arm reach up. Exhale, heads of the elbows pull down, that collarbone is wide, those palms face forward if possible, and then inhale, those arms reach up. On your exhale, release that left hand down, release that right hand forward. Walk that left hand to meet the right one, and exhale, release your chest. Breathe in, take that big abdomen lengthening of the breath, and as you exhale, decompress it. It might be 1/4 of an inch, it might be a centimeter. Breathe in, expand the belly, expand the upper portion of your lungs. Exhale, release and decompress. Once more, feel like you're this giant fish that blows up, or a balloon, and then exhale, decompress it. On your next inhale, you'll press the palms into the earth, slide your hands towards your shin bones, and exhale, you'll cat it back. On your inhale, you'll neutralize your spine and rise up nice and tall. Take your time as you release your front leg and switch it out. So you'll bring that front leg in and that opposite leg in. Wiggle the hips side to side, remove the flesh of the left from underneath your bottom. And then inhale, sweep those arms back up towards the sky, the palms will kiss, and exhale, our hands will come into prayer and at our heart space. Take a moment here for yourself. You can inhale and pull those shoulders up, or you can stay still. Reflect on your intention, on that dedication you set for practice this morning. Take one more inhale here. As you acknowledge, exhale, release, and send it out. Inhale, circle sweep those arms back up towards the sky. And on our exhale, twist open towards that right side. Right hand behind you, left hand on that right thigh. Stay tall through your vertebrae. Relax that left shoulder away from your ear, and then look over your right shoulder. A full belly breath in. And a soft exhale as you wring the belly out. On your next inhale, bring those arms back towards center and up towards the sky. And exhale, twist open towards that left side. Same options here. Be creative. Do what feels right for you this morning. One more inhale here. And that exhale, you can look over that left shoulder. On your next breath in, bring both arms back up towards center. And as we exhale, that right hand releases, that left hand releases, and we'll fold the heart forward as we send the hips back and keep the shin bones towards the front. Your elbows can anchor into the earth, or you can slide those palms closer so that you're lifted up a little higher. We all have imbalances in our hips and in our low back, so do what feels right. Be mindful with yourself in all aspects of this practice, and then hopefully that continues throughout the day. Take another breath here. Your back puffs up because it's 3-dimensional, and then you'll exhale, decompress it all. Press the palms into the earth. Inhale, you'll rise up. As you rise up, slide your hands towards your shin bones, sitting up nice and tall, and then exhale, dome your spine to cat it back. Inhale, lift the heart forward, pull the elbow heads back, take that gaze up if possible. 2 more. Exhale to cat it back. Inhale to bring the heart forward. And last time we'll go back. And last time we'll come forward. And then we'll neutralize our spine. As you neutralize your spine, release the crossing of your legs and work your way onto all fours or that tabletop position. As you bring your body onto the mat in this tabletop position, know that you can wiggle or shimmy the hips from the right side to the left side. You can also lift your wrists so that you can release any tension that may be residing in your wrist or in your palms or the forearms. But when you're ready, you're bringing your big toes together, you're sending your knees out to the edges of your mat, and you're tilting the hips towards the heels, allowing the body to bow down as you exhale for child's pose. If your shoulders are really, really tender today, then maybe bend your elbows and slide them towards you. And as stated, if you had a block or a book, you're welcome to bring that block close to your body so that you can rest your forehead on it. If your forehead can rest on the mat, let your forehead rest on the mat. If you happen to have the block or not, you may want to windshield wiper your head from the right side of the room to the left side of the room, massaging that space between your eyebrows. There's a little pressure point there that allows us to alleviate or find comfort and ease in the body. Similar to a baby soothing him or herself in comfort when they rest in this position. Go ahead and find stillness when you're ready. Draw a breath in. Relax the hips furthermore towards your heels. If you have that block, gently remove the block to the side and then extend those arms forward. Let that breath go. On our next breath in, we rise up onto all fours. As we come into all fours, those fingers spread wide like a starfish. Our hips are in line with our knees and our shoulders are stacked with our wrists. Tuck the toes under, and as we tuck the toes under, we're gently sending our hips back until we feel that length through the bottom of our feet. Your belly is up. Your hips are down. You'll take one more breath here. And as you exhale, you can roll your little pinky toes and your heels out to the edges of the mat. If it's too intense, slide the weight of the body forward. On your inhale, bring the heels and the big toes back in. On that exhale, roll them back out. You can stay here for an inhale and exhale, or you can bring it back in as you inhale and lift back to center. You've got one more. Exhale, roll it out. Stay here or inhale, roll back in. Let that breath go when you're ready. And then inhale, slide the weight of the body forward. Lift your feet off the mat, a few circles in each direction just to bring back that blood flow and maybe even crinkle or pop the toes. Place the tops of the feet onto the mat and you can pitter pat so that you can bring back that sensation to the top of the feet now. We are all going to go ahead and lift our left wrist off the mat and just a few circles to get that mobility through the wrist, or maybe even hinge it like a door back and forth. I know I'm guilty of texting way too much or surfing the web or working on my computer, so sometimes that tenderness resonates there. And so just to get that wrist moving. Place that left hand back down. Lift your right one now. Few circles in each direction or hinge that door back and forth. And then place that right palm down. Grip into the pad of your fingers into the mat. Curl the toes under. And as we curl the toes under, hips are in line. Cow pose as we release the belly down, retract the shoulders, and inhale, lift that chest up. On our exhale, the tops of our feet rest onto the mat. We dome our spine. We press out of the vertebrae. Inhale, cow pose, toes tuck, belly dips down, but you're still strong through the core. And then exhale, take your time as you dome your spine. Notice how each vertebrae can flexion forward and out of the body. One more round. Inhale, cow pose, soft bend of those elbows, tuck the toes if you'd like. And then exhale, dome your spine, really press into your palms. Not necessarily that you got to tuck the chin super tight, but the crown reaches down. And then inhale, we'll neutralize. As we neutralize, bring your knees close or tightly towards one another. Tuck your right toes under. Inhale, extend that left leg towards the back of the house. Stay here if you'd like, or if your preference is to extend that right arm, take that right arm up. If your left hip opened up, drop that left hip down. Bring that right hand to your abdomen so that you can align your body. Then find your strength. Find your balance. Breath in, toes down. And as you exhale, pull your elbow and your knee in towards your heart space, catting it up. Inhale, find that long wire like somebody's pulling you forward and back. And then exhale, tighten it all back up. You've got one more. Inhale, we reach long. Exhale, we pull it in tight. Inhale, we extend nice and long. And on our exhale, we release that right palm down. Slide your left toes over towards that right edge of the mat. Squeeze your thighs, pull your shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, look over your right shoulder. Looking for that left foot. Breathe in through the nose. Open up through this left side of your body and let that breath go. One more inhale here. Let that breath go. On your next breath in, look back towards the short end of the mat or the top of the mat. Slide this left foot behind you. Hook your right toes to the right edge. Anchor through your right palm. Bring that left hand towards your heart, then to your left shoulder. Press the blade of your left foot down on the earth, and then inhale, extend and float your left arm up towards the sky. The gaze is anywhere it's comfortable for you. So down to the ground, up towards the sky. One more breath here. And then as you exhale, I want you to extend your left fingertips towards the top end of your mat. Pull your shoulders away from your ear. Draw a breath in. Let that breath go. Find that long body extension. And then inhale, your arm goes directly back up towards the ceiling. You float that left leg off the ground. You curl the left heel towards your body. And if you'd like, reach back, grab that ankle. If not, leave the sole of the foot down to the mat and keep that left hand on your left hip instead. Wherever you're at, collarbone is spread nice and wide. Your ribs are tight like somebody zipped you up. One more breath in. One more breath out. Then inhale if you're bound, release. Drop the sole or the blade of your left foot down. Spin this left hand around. Rotate your hips back into neutralization. Lift and float your left foot. Bend the knee out towards that left side and trace a few circles in one direction and then the opposite direction. Work your way back to center. As you work your way back to center, maybe you need to lift that right wrist just because you were on it, and then place that right palm back down. 3 rounds of roller coaster cat-cow. So this time the toes are not tucked. Your feet are on the mat. You slide the hips back. You'll bend those elbows, pull the shoulders away from the ears, and then it's like you're scooping your heart down and you're lifting your chest up as you inhale. And then as you exhale, you protract your back, you send the hips back. 2 more times. Inhale, roller coaster cow pose. Exhale, catting it back. And once more, inhale, roller coaster, slide and slither forward, smile if you can. Exhale, doming that spine, sending the hips back. And then inhale, neutralize. As you neutralize, wiggle the hips if necessary. Bring those knees together, tuck your left toes under. Inhale, your right leg goes behind you. If you extended the arm on the opposite side, give it a twirl here. Otherwise, leave that palm down. Take a breath in, hip is closed. Exhale, elbow and knee kiss towards that midline. Inhale, long reach, active through the body. Exhale, pull it in. Last time, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tuck. And then inhale, we extend for the last time. We release that left palm down. We slide our right toes over towards the left edge of the room. And exhale, as you squeeze the thighs, you look over your left shoulder. Straight leg if possible, unless a bent knee feels best for you. One more breath in. One more breath out. We're releasing through the side of the body, those QLs or the lower portion of our back. On your next breath in, you'll go ahead and take that gaze towards the top of your mat. Slide your right foot behind you. Hook the left toes for that side plank on your left knee. Place that palm firmly into the mat. Extend and lift that right arm up to the chest, then up towards the sky. Pressing through the blade of your right foot, breathe in. And as you exhale, bring your fingertips towards the top of your mat so that now you're in a crescent shape. You have the whole side body extending and opening up. On your breath, inhale, extend and reach that right arm back up. If you'd like to float that right foot, float that right leg up. You may stay here. You can curl the heel in towards the body. You can grab the ankle, or you can leave your hand on your hip and extend that leg back down. All different variations for your body's need in this moment. Not worried about what you did yesterday or what you hope to do tomorrow, but where you're at now, be present with yourself. One more inhale here. One last exhale here. On your inhale, you'll release. And as you exhale, spin the hips around, bringing that right palm down. When you're ready, lift and float your right leg. Bend the right knee to the right side. A few giant circles in one direction, and then the opposite direction. Return that right knee down to the mat. Lift that left wrist if you need to, and all on your time. Tucking those toes, hips go back, lifting those knees. Exhale into a downward facing dog or that inverted V. So the hips go up. You start to march or bend the right knee and the left knee, finding that length through your hamstrings, maybe even releasing the crown of the head closer towards the mat because your shoulders have pulled back. Breath in, breath out. Make that breath long. Breathe in. Find stillness as you let that breath go. On your next inhale, lifting your heels, bending your knees generously. Look forward. Walk or step your feet either in between your thumbs, or if you need to, walk your hands towards your feet instead. Either way, exhale for a forward fold. And then inhale, rise up halfway, a flat back, shoulders drift away from our ears. Exhale, relax the body back down. Separate your feet hip width distance apart or greater. Grab those elbows for ragdoll and dangle your head from the right side to the left side. As you breathe in, your belly expands like a giant balloon, and as you breathe out, you decompress it all. It's like letting the air out of a balloon, literally. So another big breath in, swaying side to side if you'd like, or just dangling from the top of the mat to the bottom of the mat. Come back to center when you're ready. Release your hands back down towards the earth. Walk your feet towards one another. A soft bend of your knees, and then inhale, you'll rise up. Slide those hands along the thighs until you're ready to circle sweep them up towards the sky. Draw a breath in, palms kiss over your head, shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, hands commit to prayer and at your heart space. Take a full belly breath in, lift up through the heels, lower the heels down as you exhale. Inhale, circle sweep those arms up towards the sky. Grab your right wrist with your left hand, breathe in. And then exhale, extend your body over towards that left side. You can slightly push that right hip over towards the right side, but stay strong through the left portion of your frame. One more breath here. Let that breath go. Then inhale, come back to center, switch the grip out, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, sending the weight of the body or your fingertips towards the right side and press that left hip to the left side of the room. One more inhale here and exhale here. Then inhale, work your way back to center. The arms extend up. Exhale, cactus arms or the elbow heads come to a W. Inhale, those arms reach up. And as we exhale, forward fold, release your fingertips down to the mat. Step back with that left foot. Find your balance and your stability, and then from there, drop that left knee down to the ground, top of your left foot on the mat. Fingertips span back. Inhale, brush the earth, rise up for low lunge. Arms up towards the sky, shoulders away from your ears. Hug the left hip to be in line with the right one. Big belly breath in, and exhale. Pull your elbows down. Sit the hips low, lift the chest high. You're getting into your hip flexor. If your knee is tender, use a pillow or a blanket to support that left knee. Inhale, your arms reach up. Exhale, your hands release to frame your front right foot. Tuck the left toes, lift that left knee. Imagine you're about to take off in a race, so you're looking forward, those shoulders are back. Another breath here. Let that breath go. Then anchor your left fingertips into the earth. Inhale, bring that right hand to your right knee, up to your shoulder, and extend it up towards the ceiling. Reach actively. Take one more breath here. And then exhale, sweep that hand back and down for shoulder rotation. Plant the palms down. Take your time as you slide that right foot back into downward facing dog. From that downward facing dog, pause as you exhale and let the breath go. Inhale, lift your heels, roll your vertebrae forward like a roller coaster into plank pose. Release to your knees and exhale. Pull the elbows in, shrug the shoulders back, lower your belly all the way down to the mat. Take your hands out beyond your mat, create little cupcake protectors or flat palms, either or. Whichever you decide on. If your back is tender, take those legs out wide. If your back is good, bring your knees in tight. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, lift your vertebrae up. Might be half an inch. It could be greater than that. It's up to you. Exhale, you'll release and lower down. Inhale, you'll lift it up. On that exhale, your right shoulder drops to the center of your mat. You're looking over to the left. You're staying here. Shoulders pull back. A breath in and a breath out here. Inhale, when you're ready, lift up. Exhale, left shoulder down. Look to your right side. Breathe in through your nose. and out of your nose. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, release your body back down towards the earth. Slide your fingertips back down to your breastbones or spread them out until you bring that sensation back to them. Tuck the toes under, bring the knees together, the elbows tuck in, lift up for plank on your knees, to plank off the knees, to exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in, let that breath go. Take another breath in and let that breath go. Find stillness in this downward facing dog, and as you inhale, lift the heels, bend those knees, either looking forward to walk and step for a forward fold or walking those hands back, whichever you need today. Regardless, you exhale for the fold. You inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, take that fold back down. Separate your feet wider than hip width distance. Bend those knees generously. Take your right fingertips towards the top of the mat or creating a triangle with your right fingertips and your right and left foot. Bend that right knee. Inhale, extend and lift that left arm all the way up towards the sky. If you can straighten your right leg, straighten that right leg as you neutralize right and left hip. So you're not over hyperextending or exaggerating the left hip to the left side or the right hip to the right side. One more breath in. Exhale, switch it out. Replace your left fingertips down to the ground, bend that left knee first. Inhale, bring that right arm up to the heart, then up towards the sky. Straighten that left leg if you can. Feel the opening up of this left shoulder. Full breath in and a full breath out. One more inhale here, and then exhale, bending the knees, release the right fingertips down. Walk your hands somewhat towards middle now. Pull those heels in slightly and then bring those palms together. I know this is not quite yogi squat and that's not what we want, but we want the chest parallel to the ground. Now I want you to send the hips down, lift the heart up. Inhale, you'll rise all the way up. Straighten those legs. As you straighten those legs, the arms come out to a letter X and you lift the heels up for star pose. Take a breath in here. And then exhale, palms together, bend those knees, heels drop down, come into that little bit of a yogi squat. You're not going all the way down, so you don't have to release all the way down, but you are lowering down. Take one breath here, send the chest back and up, and then exhale, release your fingertips down, turn your toes inwards so that you can exhale for a little fold. Wiggle the frame right side to left side. Let go of that lower back, say yes with your head, say no with your head. And then from here, inhale, rise up halfway. Heel toe your feet all the way back towards one another. And on an inhale, we'll reverse and rise all the way up. Fan those arms to the sides, up to the sky. Exhale, heads of the elbows pull down, the chest expands. Inhale, our arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Lower those palms down to the earth. Step back with that right foot. Drop the right knee down. That low lunge when you're ready. Take your time. There's no reason to rush it. It's all about your slow movement with connection of your breath. Exhale, pull the heads of the elbows down as we sink the hips and we open our heart. Let yourself receive what is necessary for you today. Inhale, those arms reach up. Exhale, the hands come down. They frame your left foot. Curl your right toes under, lift your right knee. Stay here as you look forward. Feel your belly drop down. Feel your leg get long and strong. Leave your right fingertips down. Inhale, bring that left arm to your left shoulder, then up towards the ceiling. Shoulders retract away from the ear. Your one breath here. And then exhale, spin that left hand down. Take your time as you slide this left foot to the back and downward facing dog. From that downward facing dog, inhale, the heels lift up. We'll roll our vertebrae forward. Plank pose to low plank. We'll lower all the way down. The hands stay close to our breastbone. Our feet press into the mat. Our elbows are tucked. Inhale, we lift the chest up. How much of your low ribs can you lift without compromising your breath? Now from here, as the tops of your feet press into the mat, maybe the kneecaps lift up as well. You can float the hands off the ground, maybe half an inch, maybe 5 inches. One more breath as you look forward. Reach to the crown like a turtle, and then exhale, you'll lower it down. Walk those knees back towards one another. Tuck your toes. Inhale, plank on your knees. Toes together, knees out wide, child's pose. Rest the hips towards the heels. Bow your chest down. Wiggle the body right side to left side, creating space for yourself. Breathe in through your nose here. Let that breath go. 2 more, just like that. Breathe in through your nose, soft hands, soft shoulders. Let that breath go. 1 more. And let that breath go. Only when it feels right for you, palms to the mat, hips lift up, heart lifts up, tabletop position to downward facing dog. Lifting those hips up, exhale, tilting it up. Breath in, breath out. On your next inhale, lifting the heels, bending those knees, looking forward, walking or stepping your feet in between your thumbs this time. Exhale for your forward fold. Inhale, lifting up halfway. Exhale, folding it back down, and then inhale, reverse and rise. Circle those arms up towards the sky. Exhale, your elbows pull down, your collarbone expands. Inhale, those arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Release the palms down to the earth, anchor through your right foot, take that left foot, step it back, spin the blade about 85-degree angle or maybe perpendicular to your mat. Bring that right hand if you need to your right thigh without compromising the dipping of the knee, and then inhale, trace or cartwheel this left arm around for warrior 2. Beautiful job. Arms extend like long wires, the gaze is just beyond your peace fingers on your right hand. Drop that left hand down, flip that right palm over. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Draw a breath in, open your heart or spin the chest a little bit towards the ceiling and forward. 1 more inhale here. And then exhale, an extended side angle. Begin to bend that right elbow. Sweep that left arm up and over, almost like you're flossing your shoulders, so open it up. You're not collapsing the weight here, you're lifting. There's strength in you even though you're being graceful and gentle. Take 1 more inhale. Let that breath go. Then inhale, reverse the warrior. Left hand back, right arm follows towards the back of the house. And then exhale, take warrior 2. From your warrior 2, hands come to your hips. Slowly begin to spin the right toes and the left toes towards the left edge of your mat. A soft bend of the knees just to give yourself a little bounce. And then when it feels appropriate, your hands down to your sides or your hands remain at the hips. You'll exhale, fold the heart forward. Those hands at your hips can now slide down to your ankles. If ankles are not accessible today, then let them come towards your hips and stay at your hips, or maybe interlace or grab your wrist over your back or behind that back. Take a breath in, begin to bend those knees back and forth, just bringing fluidity movement into the lower portion of our body. The head can say yes to release the neck, to release the shoulders. Let that breath go, and then we'll come back to center. If your hands are behind your back, release them back down towards the ground. On our inhale, we rise up halfway. As we rise up halfway, spin your heels in, point your toes out. Goddess pose as the bottom stays down and the heart lifts up and those arms reach up and then into cactus. Find that cactus motion, pull the shoulders away from the ears. On your next breath in, those arms reach out like a letter T, folding or bringing them forward. Take your right hand underneath, bring that left hand on top. If this is too much, straighten your legs. That's all you have to do to release. Either allow those hands to come into bear hug for your shoulders and your low spine release, or the shoulders in the back, or eagle arms. Take a breath in, forearms towards the front. And as you exhale, pull your elbows towards your body, bow your chest down. To release, you can straighten the legs or you can keep those knees bent. Inhale, we lift up. Either goddess-like pose or straight legs. Exhale, we fold down. You've got 1 more. Inhale, we lift it up. And then exhale, last time we fold it down. On our next inhale, we'll rise up, coming into star pose, release those hands, circle sweep them up toward the sky, straight legs, arms out. On your exhale, triangle pose, right toes point forward, back blade spins perpendicular to the mat, arms soften, no hyperextension of this right knee, so a soft bend, fingertips reach forward, you're still bouncing those arms, tick-tock to a 6 and to a 12 or some vicinity in that area. Lift up actively through your left fingertips. Breathe in. If your shoulders are tight, bring your hand to your hip or your shoulder. Another breath in. Let that breath go. Inhale, bend your front knee. Trace your palms back for reverse warrior. And then exhale, cartwheel our hands to frame our right foot. Come onto the ball of your left foot. Stay here for a moment, looking forward. Let that breath go. Palms down. Slide your right foot to the back of the mat into downward facing dog, or that inverted V. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe out of your nose. On your next inhale, lifting the heels, bending those knees, looking forward, walking or stepping your feet in between your thumbs as you exhale for forward fold. Inhale, you'll lift up halfway. Exhale, you'll fold it all the way down. Inhale, reverse and rise. Sweep those arms to the sides, to the sky, or palms kiss. Our hands come into prayer and at our heart space. Take a breath in. Let that breath go. One more inhale. And as you exhale, release your palms to your sides. Go ahead and gaze down at your toes or at your feet and anchor yourself into the mat. So hips width distance apart. Anchor through the left foot particularly. Now shift all the weight over towards that left side. Notice if you can float your right foot up and then send that right leg forward. Cross the toes over towards the left side. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, cross it towards that left side. Inhale, you're gonna lengthen. Last time. And then inhale, you're gonna lengthen. So you've got a little bit of that hip rotation. Return the right toes down. Now this time I want you to inhale, pull and lift that right knee up, spinning the knee out towards your right side, like you're turning a doorknob. Then slide the sole of the foot, either placing it on that calf muscle or ball of the foot down to the mat and your heel to your ankle. If you kickstand this left hip, pull with strength. So find your tree pose now. Arms can go anywhere you feel like it. Maybe it's a breezy day in your room and so you're moving and you're finding true balance. There are days when I can barely even look anywhere but one spot. And then there are days when we feel like we could anchor ourselves into the earth and stand here for an amount of time longer than normal. Wherever you're at, one more breath in. Last breath out. Bringing the hands into prayer and at your heart space, you'll bring those hands to your hip. You'll slide that right hand to gently return that right knee forward. Step that right foot down. Keep your left leg, love, ankle, let's go. So a lot of strength that occurs when we balance on one foot, so those tendons are activated. Top of the mat, if you moved anywhere but the top. Inhale, circle, sweep those arms up. Exhale, heads of your elbows pull down. Inhale, those arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Palms down to the ground. Step back with that right foot. Step back with that left foot. Tilt the hips up, downward dog. Inhale, roll into plank. On the knees if you'd like. Exhale, lower your chest all the way down. Inhale, rise up for baby cobra or cobra. In cobra, your palms are down, your chest is high, your knees and thighs may still be on the mat. When you're ready, drop the chin towards the chest, tuck the toes, lift the knees, exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in through your nose, breathe out of your nose. On your next inhale, lifting the heels, bending those knees, looking forward, you'll walk or step your feet in between your thumbs. Exhale for your fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold it back down. Fingertips down on the mat, anchor through your left foot. Step back with that right foot. Pivot that right foot so you're in warrior two stance, and then bringing that left hand to your left thigh, cartwheel your arms open for warrior two. Find your stance, find your position, do what feels right, shorten it if it needs to be shorter. Look just beyond your peace fingers, drop that right hand down, flip that left palm, inhale, reverse. Be sure not to collapse this left thigh down. Keep that left hip engaged. A full breath in here. And as you exhale, extended side angle, forearm on the thigh, cartwheel or sweep this right arm around and over. All those same connections you had on the opposite side, do the same connections here. And then if there's something additional you need, take that additionality. Take a few inhales here. One more. Let that breath go and then inhale, reverse the warrior. Trace that right and left hand towards the back and exhale, take your warrior two. From your warrior two, hands to our hips. Spin those toes so that we come into wide-legged forward fold when you're ready. Hands at the hips or hands behind your body. On an exhale, soften to the knees, bow that chest down. Maybe this time you want to walk your fingertips towards the back end of your mat or that right edge, which is now the back end of your mat. Breathe in through the nose. Breathe out of the nose. One more inhale here. And that exhale here. If your hands are to the back or that long edge of your mat, slide them forward. Inhale, rise up halfway. Spin your heels in. As we spin our heels in, bend the hips, drop the tailbone down. Inhale, rise up for that goddess pose. Hands come to our thighs as we exhale that breath. Breathe in. And as you exhale, take your right shoulder down to the middle, look to the left. Stay here for one more inhale. And exhale. Inhale, center, left shoulder now. Left shoulder down, look over your right one. One more inhale here. And an exhale here. On our next breath in, come back to neutral spine and rise up to star. Arms up. Exhale, triangle pose. So the arms come parallel. We point our left toes to the top. Pivot that right foot. Find your stance first. Reach forward, tick-tock to that triangle variation. You can use the back of your hand to press into the calf, the thigh, or even the hand to the hip if that's more comforting. One last inhale here. One last exhale. Then inhale, bend your front knee, reverse your warrior. On your exhale, cartwheel your hands to frame your left foot. Pop that right heel off the earth. Stay here for a breath. Let that breath go. Palms down, sliding your left foot to downward facing dog. Inhale, lifting the heels, bending those knees, looking forward, walking or stepping your feet in between your thumbs as you exhale for forward fold. Inhale, you rise up halfway. Exhale, you melt it all the way back down. And then inhale, we reverse and rise all the way up. Circle sweep those arms up, palms will kiss. Exhale, hands into prayer and at our heart space. Breathe in through your nose, connect with the breath, connect with yourself here. Let that breath go, hands to your sides. Once more, you're anchoring the soles of the feet into your mat, particularly your right one. Shift all the weight towards the right. As you shift the weight towards the right, lift that left foot out. Send that left foot over towards that right side as you bend the knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl. Find your stable muscles. Lengthen on the inhale. Curl on that exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Bend the knee in. This time we're taking it that next step. Spin the knee out towards that left side. Crank it open just as much as you can. 3 times. And then keep it open on that 4th time, coming into tree pose. So sole of the foot to the calf, below the kneecap, never on our knee, or ball of your foot down. Bring those hands anywhere you'd like. If your knee closes a little bit, that's not a problem. Maybe you want to step on top of your foot instead if that feels better for you. Breathe in, strong hips, strong leg, lift up, shoulders away, breath in and a big smile. Arms anywhere you'd like, decorate the world. One more inhale. Wherever your palms are, bring them into prayer. And as you exhale to your heart space, release your hands to your hips, slide that left hand out, bring that left knee neutrally. Step your left foot down, right leg, give it some love. Ankle can twirl. If you need to pat the top of the foot, you can absolutely do that. Work your way if you've moved anywhere other than the top of the mat, and then inhale, circle sweep those arms up. Exhale, heads of the elbows down. Inhale, those arms reach up. And exhale, a soft bend of the knees. We fold the heart forward. Relax the shoulders. Let that breath go here in this forward fold. Inhale, you'll rise up halfway. Exhale, you'll melt it down. Go ahead and take that leap of faith as you step back with your left foot. Step back with that right foot, downward dog. Inhale, roll your vertebrae forward into plank, down to the knees out to the edges, and exhale into that child's pose. If you felt like going into the plank, low plank up to cobra or even upward facing dog, please, by all means, you're welcome to go there. Otherwise, let yourself come down into that child's pose. Big breath in here. Big release out. Start to release and decompress. Scan the features of your face just for a brief moment. Are you clenching the jaw? Is your tongue forceful within your mouth? Are you furrowing those eyebrows? If any of the answers were yes, where can you soften? What can you release? Where can you find the place to let go? Take one last breath here. Open mouth, sigh, let it go. Inhale, you'll lift up into tabletop. Your knees will come together, and then you'll let the hips fall over to one side as you work your way onto your back. So as you find the center of your mat, hands can wrap around the hammies, and you can draw those knees in towards your heart. Placing the hands on the kneecaps, trace a few giant circles in one direction to release that low spine. If any one particular spot feels good, stay there. Switch that direction. Same option. If there's one spot that feels good, stay there for an inhale and an exhale. And then go ahead and return to center. As you return to center, extend those legs directly up towards the ceiling, bringing that blood flow down to the hips. If you have a pillow and you'd like to lift the hips up, slide that pillow underneath. You're welcome to, if that supports your low spine better. If your knees need to be slightly bent, let the knees be slightly bent. That's fine. You're just here for one more inhale. And that last exhale here. All on your breath and time. Pull the knees in towards your armpits. Grab the blades of your feet for a little happy baby. The tailbone can drop down, or you can tuck and curl it, either or. Rock side to side now. Sometimes this massages a tiny bit of our kidneys, so if it feels good or your kidneys are tender, you might notice some sensations in that low back. From this happy baby, gently begin to release. Tuck those knees back in towards your body. Lowering the soles of your feet down to the mat, slide the feet out to the edges, and knees will kiss, and then you'll windshield wiper right side to left side. We're going to take 3 floating bridges. So in a floating bridge, you might not be able to slide the shoulders completely underneath the body, but you can begin by sliding your shoulders underneath your body in this moment. It's almost like you're a little bit of a robot and your chest is out a little bit more prideful. The belly is still firm. Soles of the feet are down to the mat. The palms can come down as well. On an inhale, we'll lift our hips up. Crown is long. On our exhale, we'll tap the earth with our hips. Inhale, we lift up. You're using the strength of your abdomen and you're using your breath to guide you. So exhale that breath out. Last one. Inhale, we lift it up. Exhale, we release it down. And then from here, if your shoulders were inward, roll them out. Let yourself rest here for just a brief moment. If you're warm for any reason, breathe in through the teeth, almost like you're slurping. And then breathe out through the teeth. One more. And let it go. That's only if you were warm. When you're ready, go ahead and pull those knees into your chest, and we'll take a little supine twist as the arms cactus or tee out. If you prefer to start with the toes down and lift the right hip to the left side, that's an option as well. Otherwise, breathe in. And then exhale, lower the knees down towards that right side. If for any reason your knees are not on the ground, I encourage you to find a larger angle than 90 degrees so that they can rest, or that you support it with a cushion or a blanket so that you're not creating this tension in your body as we finalize our practice. If you're able to look over towards that left side, look over towards that left side. Keep your left shoulder down to the ground. Breathe in through your nose. Let that breath go. Even if your eyes are closed, inhale, look back up towards the ceiling, bringing those knees into neutral spine. We'll switch it out. So if you want to lift the hip, you can, or tuck the knees into the chest, either or. Breathe in. Exhale, twist to the left. Once you situate your vertebrae, you can relax that shoulder down to the mat, right and left. Then you can start to exhale and look over towards your right side. Remind yourself to be mindful here, gentle, always with love, always with gratitude in the places you position your body. The only thing that I always say or ask of you is to make sure your breath is fluid. If you're restricting your breath for any reason, I encourage you to find that softer edge and let go. There are so many sports where there's competition. This one, there's no competition. Let the ego go. Free yourself from those chains. One last inhale here. One last exhale here. When you're ready, the gaze goes towards neutral and our knees pulling. Give yourself a nice hug, lifting the head off the mat, pulling those knees tightly towards your body. And on your inhale, you release, and on that exhale, you find our final resting place of Shavasana. If you happen to have the couch handy or maybe pillows or bolster, if you want to take your legs up, you're welcome to do that. Otherwise, extend the heels to the corners of the mat. Release the glutes, release the muscles, send the arms to your sides. We'll take a cleansing breath in together. And we'll sigh it out. Give yourself permission to rest here. To find a connection, a nourishment of our mind, our body, and our spirit. With loving thoughts, let yourself just be. Bringing awareness to your space, to your physical presence. Begin by taking a full inhale, letting that breath go when you're ready. Invite gentle movement back into your body as you wiggle your fingers, your toes, wrists, ankles. And then sweeping your head from right side to left side. Awaken the neck and the spine. As you come into neutral position on that inhale, take a big good morning reach. So stretch those arms over your head, bring your toes together, yawn, arch the spine if you'd like. And as you exhale, gently begin to pull those knees towards your heart as you wrap those arms around yourself. One more big hug. All on your breath and time. You'll release and roll over towards that right side of the room, guiding yourself into a comfortable seated position, facing anywhere you desire. Bringing those hands into prayer and at your heart space. Draw that breath in. Let that breath go and nod to the practice. Bow to yourself in the journey we've shared this morning. The divine in me salutes, honors, and recognizes the divine love and light in each of you. May you have a beautiful, peaceful, comforting day from my heart to yours. Namaste. Thank you for joining me this morning. It's always a pleasure and an honor. May you have a lovely day.